You're going to have to forgive the sound of my voice. I just got back from Great Western War down in California, and I had a spectacular time, as you can tell. For those of you tuning in, it is I, the most electrifying man in modern medievalism, Stelios Amenophis on Eurus, and Lila is currently in bed. I wanted to talk about my experience at Great Western War because it was my first out of kingdom war. For those of you who don't know, I live in the Kingdom of Vontier, and to go down to the West and mingle with my Westian Kaidan brethren and everybody from all around that area who came in, I learned that the cultures of kingdoms when it comes to events are significantly different. And one of the biggest things that stood out at that war is the way that the scenarios ran. Now, Vontier runs long scenarios, res battles, battles with several objectives, things of that nature. And these get long and drawn out, and there's constant respawning. And because of this, people get worked up, tempers get flared, and a lot of the times BS happens on the field because of it. Now, when I was down at Great Western War, I noticed that they ran several different scenarios, and that almost all of them were one life. So there wasn't this constant slogging through the same objective over and over and over and having to respawn, because that stuff, when it drags on and on like that, yeah, I already said it, but tempers get bad, and that's when bullshit happens. So they did a really good job of keeping the pacing of the war very consistent. Another thing I noticed is that there were lots of shower carts, like shower trailers, and I appreciate that. Because there were more shower trailers and more amenities in general, site fees did cost more, but for what you got, to me, it was worth it. Now, Great Western War was a very, very positive experience for me. I got to meet a lot of people that I know on social media, but haven't had the opportunity to meet in real life until now. And I'm very happy I got to meet these people. As you can tell, there was lots of wooing to be had because I have no voice right now. But with the good, there comes the bad. And there was only one incident that was bad. Actually, there were two, but one of them it's really not my place to talk about because it was a family matter and it was handled. But the incident that I will talk about was a young man who was up at one of the drum circles, and the ladies who were dancing around the fire had pulled him into their dancing, and they had put one of their jingle belts on him, and he was having a great time. This guy had pirate attire on, so clearly he was newer, and he was just having a great time, and the ladies were having a great time with him. And then it happened so fast that it was almost like a drive-by shooting. This person walks by and leans in and mutters to this guy, those dancers aren't, period, and then quickly disappears. This man's entire experience was ruined. He took off the jingle belt, handed it back to the dancer, and kind of stomped away from the fire looking very, very dejected. And that upset me thoroughly. I wish I could have seen who that person was, because I would have gave him a dress down right then and there. That shit wasn't right. Now, I know that there are people out there who will say, oh, well, the period Nazi thing isn't very real, blah, blah, blah. I've never seen it. Well, I did. I saw it happen. And I saw just how upset it made all those people who were having a good time then and there. And I don't know who that person was, but if you listen to this podcast, this is a personal fuck you from me to you with all of my heart. Fuck you for ruining that person's experience. Fuck you for us potentially losing another member. And fuck you for sullying this organization with your own elitist bullshit. Fuck you very much. Moving on. I heard recently that the King of the East abdicated the throne of the East, and I was not sure why. Until today, I found out that apparently the King of the East is being charged with murder. The murder of the murder of a lady over in New York. Now, here's the thing: he was arrested in California, and if I remember correctly, I think I saw him at the event. I can't be 100% sure, but I think I saw him at Great Western War, which makes me wonder if that's where he was arrested. But it is indeed true that the King of the East did abdicate the throne, and that he was arrested and charged with the murder of a young lady back in New York. This young lady was also a member of the society, and there are a lot of spider webs that apparently connect those two together. I'm not here to play judge and jury with this. That's the job of the legal system. But to all the people in the East Kingdom that are grieving, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry that that young lady lost her life. And I hope that we as a society will continue to do better than we have been to keep the people that we love safe.